If you're watching this video, you probably want to scale your organic presence to the amount of calls you're coming in from Google. So in this video, we're going to cover how you can open additional Google business profiles in the exact same cities so you can scale and get more revenue for your local business. So number one, you need to qualify the location. So I see a lot of people, whenever they create a new Google business profile, they always use a PO box or a virtual address. And you cannot do this anymore. And Google has really cracked down on a lot of people using fake addresses. So you need to have a real staffed address. So separate physical location, not a virtual office or mailbox. And somebody has to be there during the stated hours, and you cannot share the same address as the existing GBP. And then it needs to be a distinct service area or department. So whether it's like a different trade, like plumbing versus HVAC qualifies as separate, different city or neighborhood, even adjacent zip codes work. And we had a lot of clients that might do roofing in Los Angeles. However, in Los Angeles, there are so many different areas that you could rank for. So we would create 5 to 6 different Google business profiles for every single city, because for Google business profile, usually you'll rank within 15 to 20 miles. 20 miles will be pushing it. And then we'll create another location around 15 miles away to target all of those local areas. So Google allows for one listing per legit business location. So you need to have distinct business locations. Now, step number 2, do you need a DBA or new LLC? Google does not require a new legal entity, and multiple GBPs can operate under the same LLC. But from what we've seen, usually we recommend our customers have a DBA. And then from the DBA, you could basically have a different address that's pointed to that specific location. And this helps out in the verification phase. So what really matters is basically same LLC with different address is still fully compliant. However, sometimes you have to go through verification. That's why I recommend having a DBA at a different address, because you could prove to Google that you have a completely different business location. That justifies you starting another location-based Google business profile. And this is when a DBA helps, so operating under a different brand name at the second location. So it might be XYZ Roofing Los Angeles, XYZ Roofing Chino Hills. And this creates a paper trail if Google manually reviews the listing. And Google may request for business documentation during the verification, and then the DBA satisfies this. So if you have XYZ Roofing Chino Hills and on your Google business profile you have that new business location, Google will verify you. Now, here's when an LLC actually makes sense. So joint venture or different ownership at that second location, liability separation between locations, or it's not needed for Google business profile purposes. So for most part, Google has really cracked down on having the same location and just using the same name but different locations. So you need to basically create a DBA in 2026, and you need to verify it with video and postcard verification without having a virtual address or PO box, and it needs to be staffed. So step number 3 is basically how you set up the listing correctly. So use a unique phone number. Each GBP must have its own local phone number, and do not use the same number across profiles. You'll get flagged and Google will suspend you. And use a call tracking number or dedicated line per location. Next, use a unique address plus business name variant. So addresses must be distinct. The suite number alone is not enough. You need a completely different address. And business name can be identical if it's a real second location. However, sometimes you can add on your DBA, you can add the actual city that you're trying to rank for. It helps out in the rankings. And keyword stuffing in the name equals immediate suspension risk. So this would refer to anything like best roofer Los Angeles. That's keyword stuffing, and you will get suspended. Next, you need to match name, address, phone number across all the directories. So it must be consistent everywhere online. So update Yelp, Angie's, Better Business Bureau to reflect a new location. Inconsistent NAP is the #1 reason for ranking failures. Step number 4 is verify the new profile. So sometimes you'll get automatically approved. Other times you will have to verify this new business location. So the most common is going to be a video verification. So you basically record the exterior, the signage, the interior, and then also all your business documents, and have another video on the channel if you want to learn how to verify your new business. And the postcard verifications are still available for some categories, but for the most part, they've switched over for video verification. And do not attempt to verify a virtual address, a PO box, virtual office. You will get rejected and you will get suspended on that new profile. Next, prepare your documents. So have that DBA, certificate or business license ready before starting. And Google may ask you for a utility bill or lease agreement showing the new address. And then all the documents must match the name and address on the Google business profile exactly. And here are common mistakes that get GBPs taken down. So first thing, same address as another GBP. So even if it's the same building, building, the risk is higher, even if it's different suites. So you need to have your own location. And virtual office addresses are explicitly against Google policy, so don't have that. Or if you have a UPS store or Regis address, it's always removed. And duplicate phone numbers. So it cross-references phone numbers across all the profiles. So if you have a shared number, it's going to trigger a manual review and you will get suspended. So each location needs its own dedicated line. And then no real-world footprint. So if you don't have a website page for the new location, it's a red flag. So for the most part, we would have the same website. We'll just point it to, let's say, xyzroofing.com/Chino-Hills. Even though the name of the company is still the same, XYZ Roofing, we'll just point it towards the city page. And then if you don't have reviews mentioning this specific city, you're going to get really weak ranking signals. And then no local citations, basically Google cannot confirm legitimacy. And then keyword stuffing the business name. So adding the city or service to the name violates policy. However, if your DBA does say you are XYZ Roofing-Los Angeles, sometimes Google lets it slide. And then if you change the name on the Google business profile and it's not your legit DBA name, you're going to get suspended. So you need to use the legal business name or DBA name only. And 80% of Google business profile suspensions are caused by policy violations set up at creation. Now, if you're a local business, you want us to basically handle all the Google business profile management and rank you #1 on Google Map Pack and also AI search, click a link in the description and you can book a call with me or one of my team members. If you're an agency and you want to just white label our AI SEO tool, you can also do that and just fulfill for all your clients on the Google business profile management. If you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.